And I'd like to yield some time, if I could, right off the bat, to one of my colleagues who's been an outspoken advocate for equality, Representative Al Green from the great state of Texas.
Thank you very much, and I greatly appreciate your yielding the time, and I greatly appreciate your work in the Congress of the United States of America to bring equality to all persons, regardless of who they are, where they're from, or where they happen to be at a given point in time. I believe that one God created all of humanity to live in harmony, regardless of sexuality. I believe that human rights are not conferred by a state. I don't think they are accorded by a constitution. I think that human rights are birthrights, and these are rights that one acquires simply by being born a child of God. And as such, I believe that all human beings deserve dignity and respect. All human beings deserve equality under the law, regardless of who you are, regardless of your race, creed, color, national origin, familial status, or sexuality. I believe that we who hold ourselves out as people of goodwill should do all that we can to make sure that every person on the planet Earth is treated fairly and with a great degree of dignity. To this end, I'm proud to have filed in the Congress of the United States of America H-Res 416, which recognizes the month of June and celebrates it as LGBT Pride Month. I'm proud to say that this resolution has been co-sponsored by 25 members of Congress, including all 7 co-chairs of the Equality Caucus. I'm also proud to tell you that the Honorable Barney Frank, who was an openly gay member of Congress and chaired the Financial Services Committee, is an honorary sponsor of this legislation. And I'd like to, if I may, my dear friend and brother, I'd like to just give some indication as to what the resolution does, so that persons who may not be familiar, who may not have an opportunity to peruse certain records and documents, will at least hear some of what it does. This resolution specifically recognizes the protesters who stood for human rights and dignity at the Stonewall Inn on June 28, 1968, as some of the pioneers of the movement. It celebrates the creation of gay rights organizations in major cities in the aftermath of the Stonewall Uprising. It highlights the importance of the American Psychiatric Association removing homosexuality from its list of mental illnesses in December of 1973. It recognizes Elaine Noble as the first LGBT candidate elected to a state legislature in 1974, and Barney Frank as the first representative to come out as an openly gay member of Congress in 1987. It highlights the importance of the Civil Service Commission eliminating the ban on hiring gay persons in most federal jobs in 1975. It celebrates Harvey Milk making national news when he was sworn in as an openly gay member of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors on January 8th of 1978. It praises the thousands of activists who participated in the National March on Washington for lesbian and gay rights to demand equal civil rights in 1979, and the National March on Washington to demand that President Reagan address the AIDS crisis in 1987. It highlights the importance of 1980 Democratic National Convention, where Democrats took a stance in support of gay rights. It highlights the importance of the Supreme Court ruling in Roma versus Evans in May of 1996, which found a Colorado constitutional amendment preventing the enactment of protection for gays and lesbians unconstitutional. It celebrates the Vermont becoming the first state to legally recognize civil unions between gay and lesbian couples in 2000. It highlights the importance of the Supreme Court ruling in Lawrence versus Texas in June of 2003, which found that under the 14th Amendment, states could not criminalize the private, intimate relations of same-sex couples. It goes on to do many other things, but I want to focus now on something that I think the resolution should do. It is my hope that I will live to see the day that this resolution will not only be spoken of in Congress in the month of June, that it will actually come to the floor of the Congress of the United States of America, that it will pass the Congress of the United States of America. Because on that day, we will have taken one more step toward equality for all of humanity. On that day, we will have taken another step toward making real the great and noble American ideal of liberty and justice for all. On that day, we will have taken a step toward making real the concept that all persons are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, among them life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. On that day, when we pass this resolution in the Congress of the United States of America, we will have said to the world that the United States of America understands and recognizes the human rights of persons regardless of their sexuality. I thank you for the opportunity to give these expressions, and I pray to live to see the day that this resolution will pass the Congress of the United States of America.
Well, and thank you, Representative Green, not only because you've been a veteran fighter for civil rights for everyone in this country, but I believe that's the first time that that resolution has been introduced in the body of Congress to recognize this month as Pride Month. And we appreciate all the hard work you've done to make sure that happens. And I agree with you. I look forward to the day that we actually get a chance to vote on that in the month of June and make sure we recognize everyone in this country. So thank you so much for your contributions.
I thank you very much, and I look forward to working with you and other members of Congress to give us the opportunity to have a vote on the resolution. Thank you very much.